Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, am I really aging well, or am I just getting by? It's a quiet question, one we don't always ask out loud, but it lingers in the back of our minds, especially after 60, when our bodies start to feel a little different. Maybe you notice you're getting tired sooner, or that your memory feels a bit foggy some days. Maybe you're wondering if what you're experiencing is just a part of getting older, or a sign that something needs to change. Here's the truth. Aging well doesn't mean avoiding every wrinkle or living without aches. It means staying you, your sharpness, your energy, your joy, your independence for as long as possible. It's about maintaining the parts of your life that matter most. And the good news? There are signs that show you're on the right path. And there are also simple ways to nudge things back in the right direction if you're not. Let's start with something that often gets overlooked. Your energy. Do you wake up most mornings feeling alert, even if your body's a bit stiff? Do you find yourself excited to take on the day, even if it's just tending to your plants, chatting with a neighbor, or going for a walk? That's a huge sign you're aging well. It means your sleep is likely restorative, your mind is engaged, and your body is functioning in balance. That spark, that motivation, doesn't always shout. It whispers gently in the way you move through your day. But what if that spark is missing? What if you feel sluggish most mornings, or you're constantly needing an extra nap just to get through the afternoon? That might be your body's quiet cry for help. It doesn't mean anything is broken, but it could be a signal to check in with your daily rhythm. Are you drinking enough water? Are you sitting too long without moving? Are you skipping breakfast or loading up on too much sugar first thing in the morning? Sometimes, just changing one small habit, like starting your day with a protein-rich meal or stretching before coffee, can bring energy back into your mornings. Now let's talk about mobility, not just whether you can walk, but how you walk. Do you move with confidence? Can you get up from a chair without using your hands? Can you balance while putting on your socks? These may seem like little things, but they're big indicators. If your muscles are strong enough and your joints flexible enough to handle simple, everyday movements without pain, that's not just convenience. It's a sign of healthy aging. It means your bones and muscles are supporting you the way they're supposed to. But maybe walking feels slower than it used to. Maybe your knees complain when you stand up. That's okay. It's common. And it doesn't mean you're too old to do anything about it. In fact, it's never too late to start strengthening the very muscles that help you stay upright and safe. Even light resistance exercises, using your body weight, a chair, or small hand weights, can help you rebuild strength faster than you think. Start with 5 minutes a day, then add 5 more. Consistency, not intensity, is what matters most at this stage in life. Another often ignored sign of aging well, your curiosity, your interest in learning, exploring, connecting. If you're still reading books, picking up new hobbies, asking questions, or even watching videos like this one, that shows your mind is still growing, still active, still curious. That's brain health in action. You don't have to solve puzzles or memorize poetry to keep your mind sharp. Just being engaged in life, staying open to new ideas, laughing, remembering, sharing stories. That's all fuel for the brain. But if you've noticed that things are starting to slip, if you've walked into a room and forgotten why, or you're struggling to remember names, it doesn't mean you're in decline. It means your brain might be asking for a little more attention. Staying mentally sharp doesn't mean pushing harder. It means creating space for your mind to breathe. Limit distractions. Write things down. Do one thing at a time. Most importantly, feed your brain well. Omega-3s from foods like walnuts or salmon and plenty of leafy greens can make a real difference in how your mind functions day to day. So far, we've touched on energy, movement, and curiosity, 3 quiet but powerful signs of how well you're aging. And if any of those areas feel out of sync, don't worry. That doesn't mean you failed. It just means your body and mind are giving you signals. And signals are good. They mean you still have the power to respond. You're still in the driver's seat. Because aging well isn't a destination. It's not something you either are or aren't. It's a relationship, a daily conversation with your body, your thoughts, your habits. And like any good relationship, it gets better when you pay attention, when you listen, and when you show up with care. Now, Let's take a closer look at what else your body might be telling you. Let's take a closer look at what else your body might be telling you. Because the next sign is one that often flies under the radar, even though it affects every part of our lives. I'm talking about emotional resilience. How do you handle stress? How do you bounce back from a bad day or from unexpected news? Now, aging well doesn't mean you're happy all the time. That's not realistic. But if you've noticed that you can stay calm under pressure or that you don't get overwhelmed as easily as you used to, that's a strength, not a coincidence. That's your emotional resilience showing up. It means your nervous system is balanced, your heart is protected, and your mind is flexible. You've likely learned how to let go of what you can't control, how to breathe through the tough moments, and how to keep a sense of humor, even when life throws a curveball. And if stress is getting to you more lately, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. Life changes after 60. Retirement, family shifts, health concerns. They can all feel heavy sometimes. But the good news is emotional strength is like a muscle. It can grow. And even just 10 quiet minutes a day, sitting in nature, journaling your thoughts, calling a friend who lifts you up, can help you build it. Many people are surprised to learn how closely stress and inflammation are connected. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood. It affects your body's ability to repair, fight illness, and stay energized. That's why emotional wellness is a physical sign of aging well. The more balanced and supported you feel emotionally, the better your body can function overall. Now, let's talk about digestion. Yep, your gut. It's not exactly a glamorous topic, but it might be one of the most important ones. Have you noticed how some people in their 70s or 80s still eat with a healthy appetite, enjoy a variety of foods, and rarely complain about indigestion or bloating? That's a huge green flag. A well-functioning gut at your age means your digestive system is still absorbing nutrients properly, your metabolism is active, and your immune system, because remember, most of it lives in your gut, is standing strong. On the flip side, if you're often dealing with bloating, irregularity, or just don't feel quite right after meals, that could be your body asking for a reset. And it doesn't take drastic changes to help. Sometimes, simply increasing your fiber, like adding more beans, oats, or chia seeds, can gently improve your digestion. Drinking more water and moving a little after meals can help, too. Your gut wants to work for you. It just needs the right support. Something else to pay attention to: how well your skin heals. It might sound small, but if you get a scratch and it heals quickly, or you bruise less than you used to, that's a big clue. It means your circulation is strong, your body's repair systems are functioning, and your immune response is doing its job. On the other hand, if wounds seem slow to heal or bruises appear out of nowhere, it may be a sign that your body's internal repair processes need a bit of help. Simple steps, like staying hydrated, eating plenty of fruits and vegetables with antioxidants, and even getting a little sunshine safely, can help nourish your skin from the inside out. Remember, your skin is like a mirror reflecting what's happening inside your body, and it's never too late to give it a little more love. Let's not forget the importance of purpose. This one's harder to define, but you can feel it when it's there. Do you wake up with something to look forward to? It doesn't have to be a big project or a lifelong dream. It could be as simple as tending to your garden, helping with the grandkids, or volunteering once a week. Purpose gives structure to your days. It gives meaning to your actions. And studies show that having a sense of purpose is linked to longer life, lower risk of dementia, and improved mental health. If you've lost touch with that sense of purpose, you're not alone. Sometimes it happens slowly, especially after retirement or the loss of a loved one. But here's the beautiful part. Purpose can change. It can be rediscovered. And often, it starts with something small, doing something kind for someone else, or even just doing something you enjoy. What makes you feel useful, curious, or fulfilled? Follow that thread, and purpose is a way of finding you again. So if you're still wondering whether you're aging well, remember this. It's not about avoiding every wrinkle or ache. It's about how you feel in your own skin. It's the energy you wake up with, the strength you carry through your steps, the resilience you show in hard times, the way your body supports you, and the joy, the purpose that fuels your days. And the best part? Aging well isn't reserved for a lucky few. It's available to all of us through small, steady steps. Your body and mind are always speaking to you. You just have to listen. Let's take this one step further together. Now that we've talked about emotional resilience, digestion, and purpose, let's look at one more sign that you're aging well, and it might be one you've overlooked. It's your curiosity. Yes, curiosity. If you're still asking questions, still learning new things, still interested in the world around you, that's a clear indicator that your brain and spirit are both alive and thriving. You don't have to be learning a new language or reading complex books. Maybe you're learning to cook something different, picking up the basics of using a smartphone, or simply staying engaged in conversations with your friends or family. If you find yourself saying, "Tell me more," instead of, "I've heard it all before," that openness is a powerful sign of longevity. Why? Because staying mentally active keeps your brain flexible. It supports memory, sharpens problem-solving skills, and helps keep conditions like dementia at bay. And if you felt like you've lost that spark, that sense of curiosity, there's absolutely no shame in that. Sometimes life feels heavy, and it's hard to get excited about something new. But even watching a documentary about a place you've never been, or listening to music from a different culture, can start to light that fire again. Feed your mind something new each day. It doesn't have to be big, just something that makes you feel a little more awake to life. So what do you do if you're not seeing all these signs in yourself? Maybe you're thinking, "I don't bounce back from stress like I used to," or "My digestion hasn't been great lately," or even, "I don't feel as sharp or engaged." That's okay. The point of this video isn't to compare or judge. It's to reflect. Because recognizing where you are is the first step to moving toward where you want to be. Here's the truth. Aging well isn't about being perfect. It's about being intentional. It's about choosing to listen to your body, to respond with care instead of criticism, and to remind yourself every day that small changes really do add up. Maybe today it means taking a 10-minute walk instead of sitting all afternoon. Maybe it's choosing a fresh salad over something processed. Maybe it's calling an old friend instead of watching TV alone. Every choice sends a signal to your body and brain. I still care. I'm still in this. And you're never too old to start again. Science backs this up. Our brains can form new connections even in our 80s and beyond. Our muscles respond to strength training even after 70. Our hearts can grow stronger with a bit of movement each day. We are wired for resilience, no matter the decade we're in. One powerful mindset shift to adopt is to see aging not as a decline, but as a transition into deeper wisdom. Think about it. After 60, you've likely experienced heartache and healing, joy and grief, success and setbacks. You've gathered decades of insight, and that's something no youth can replicate. There's strength in that. There's beauty in that. And sometimes, the best thing you can do is simply be kinder to yourself. Give yourself credit for the steps you are taking. If you made a small change recently, cut back on sugar, added stretching to your routine, gotten back into reading, celebrate that. Those wins matter. They're proof that you're still choosing vitality, one day at a time. Aging well also means giving yourself permission to rest, to laugh, to dream a little. Yes, dreaming doesn't stop at 60. What is something you've always wanted to try? A place you've always wanted to visit? A skill you've been curious about? Don't let age become a barrier to exploration. Let it be your invitation to enjoy life more fully. And remember, you're not walking this path alone. There's a whole community of people just like you, redefining what it means to grow older, embracing health not as a destination, but a daily choice. Whether it's through videos like this one, support groups, hobbies, or friendships, you have people who care, who want to age well alongside you. So if you watch this far, I want you to take a deep breath and really let this sink in. You are still growing. You are still capable. And you are still needed. Every day you wake up is another chance to live with purpose, with curiosity, with kindness to yourself and others. If you see even one of these signs in yourself, energy, resilience, curiosity, purpose, or good digestion, celebrate it. And if you don't, take heart. There's room for growth. There's time to turn things around. You're never too late to be good to your body, your mind, and your heart. If any part of this message resonated with you, I'd love to hear about it. Share your experience in the comments. Have you noticed any of these signs in your life? Or is there something you're working on that's helped you feel stronger, sharper, or more alive? Your story might inspire someone else here. 2. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We have plenty more to share to help you live healthier, happier, and more vibrant days. No matter what age you're in, here's to celebrating every chapter of life with grace, strength, and a whole lot of heart. Because the best years aren't behind us. They're right here, and they're still unfolding. Stay kind to yourself and keep growing.